So my old F100 got an awesome upgrade. Check it out. I put a sway bar setup in it. So right here's the sway bar arm. Right there's the sway bar. Right there's the links. Same setup I run on the monster truck. Check it out. Sway bar arm, sway bar, links. These are a little bit longer, but the same kind of links, and it's the same kit made by the same company. That was a huge upgrade. Definitely much needed. This thing was scary before. Cruising around town, not too bad. But when you were on the highway, keeping up with traffic, going like 70, 75, this thing was scary. If you had to change lanes fast or go around a sharp curve, it would get wicked body roll. So, big improvement. So before, without that bar, when I floored it, the left front corner would lift up. It'd get a lot of torque twist. And that's why I put the bar in the rear. Having a big sway bar in the back like this helps this thing launch nice and straight. And it's weird because even though it added a little bit of weight to the truck, the whole thing just feels like lighter and more nimble. It was a huge, much needed upgrade. So that's good. This thing is such a pleasure to drive now. So another upgrade needed was the fuel system. So this is aftermarket block. It's a small block, Ford stroker motor, AFR heads, big roller cam, all good parts. And I've had a bunch of different carburetors on this thing and I could never get it to run right. So I knew I wanted to go fuel injection. I just wasn't sure because there's so many kits out there. I've always leaned towards Holley. Holley's always been awesome when it comes to fuel injection. They've come a long way in like 10, 15 years. Fuel injection is so much better now than it used to be. A lot of people are scared away from fuel injection because they used to be real complicated, but all the kits are pretty good. But for something that's really high performance, you can't beat Holley EFI. So Holley makes a few different kits. They make a Sniper, Terminator, Terminator X, Terminator Stealth, HP, Dominator, and this is an HP setup. It's a multi-port, meaning there's no injectors in the throttle body. All the injectors are in the intake. If this were a throttle body injected, there'd be 4 injectors, 1 in each barrel. Take a look at that. It's a nice looking throttle body. It's hardcore gray. They also make it in silver. So right there is the idle air control. Next to that, I believe that's the intake air temp sensor. Right there is throttle position sensor, and then there's a bunch of vacuum ports. Really nice looking part. Right there in the injector is 48 pound per hour. Distributor, this is Holley Sniper, and when I open the box, it's for a Chevy. Obviously I need it for a Ford. And the one I need is called a dual sync. It's got the cam and crank sensor built into it, so not a big deal. I called Holley. They're gonna get me the correct distributor out right away. And there's a couple other parts that are back ordered, like the intake manifold, wiring harness, and then the ECU. So it's gonna be a winter project. Right here, this is awesome, check this out. So this is from Busted Knuckle Off-Road. They make a lot of rock bouncers, off-road vehicles, really high-end stuff. And this is a 16 circuit waterproof fuse box. So it's got 16 relays, 16 fuses, all the wiring you need, waterproof connectors. Also came with 25 feet of this wire loom, which is nice stuff. I don't really use this. Maybe on the interior it'd be okay, but this is what I like to use right here. I like to use this right here. It's called Raychem DR25. Very popular with trophy trucks, pre-runners. So basically all you do is put your wires in there and then you take a heat gun and you shrink it, but this is awesome stuff. Definitely recommend it. So the reason I went with this, let me show you what I run in most of my 59 Ford builds. So this right here is a fuse box I got from Painless Wiring, and I put these in all the 59 Fords I've ever built. And it worked good for a while, but the problem is, it's kind of dark in here, but you can see the wires coming from the side, so there's really no good way of running those wires and not having it look like a bird's nest. And being that all these wires are in weatherproof connectors, and all one piece like this is a ton of wire, way longer than what I need, so this is gonna be really nice. These pieces right here aren't parts, it's just stuff I made on the new lathe. It was pretty cool. So Haas sent their guy out. I paid for on-site training. Guy stayed here for 8 hours and trained me on this thing. So that was definitely well worth it, and just showed me how to do all the different kinds of cuts. If you want to see more about that, let me know. I'd be happy to do videos on that stuff. Another upgrade. As much as I love the look of this factory bench seat, I had it reupholstered, new foam, new springs. Problem is in the 50s, the cars and the trucks had these big springs in there, so this thing's really bouncy, especially off-road. You're bouncing around on the trail. It's hard to reach the shifter sometimes, steer and brake. Not really ideal for an off-road truck. So check out the seat package I got. Right here are the new seats. I'll pull one out. Check it out. Check that out. That's an awesome looking seat. It's a PRP Premier seat. PRP since 1997, so they make awesome seats. It's vinyl on the edges, cloth in the center, and it's nice because on a hot day you don't really want to be sitting in vinyl, but it's got cutouts for the safety harnesses. You got your shoulder belts, lap crotch belts, and you can get these with just one opening right here. You can also option these out a lot. You can get like heated seats, map pockets, all kinds of stuff, but I just went with the plain old basic Premier seat. So I got 2 of these, one driver, one passenger, so it's gonna be an awesome upgrade. So with the sway bar, then when I put the seats in it and the fuel injection, it's gonna feel like a completely different truck. And this thing's awesome. I love driving this truck. I get compliments, probably more on this than any vehicle I've ever had. All the supercars, muscle cars, all that stuff, I get way more compliments and interest in this truck, probably just because it's an old truck with big tires, but you know, it was pretty cool. This morning I went to Dunkin' Donuts to get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant, a plain bagel with cream cheese, not toasted, and then a small unsweetened iced tea. And then when I get out, this guy's walking all around it taking pictures, and he's like, oh, this thing's awesome. I just had to come check it out. And then he was looking underneath at all suspension and all stuff. It was really cool. So it's cool to build something and then have people show a lot of interest in it. So anyway, that's about it for now. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. See you next time. Bye.